Good morning, good morning. I think I'm live in the Cat Crips coach group. Welcome to you if you're watching from there. What I'm also going to do is pop a link in and I'm going to share it with the Business Success Society group, which, do you know, Facebook just does my head in sometimes. The Business Success Society group, which is where our Wednesday teach normally happens. So I will put it in there for them. And let's have a look. And let me share that and see if there's anybody watching. No, it's not letting me share. It would be really good if it would let me do this. And let me see whether this works. If not, I'm going to have to start again. Right, so hopefully that's maybe me live in both groups. I'm hoping that's the case. I've got some people watching, so good morning to you. I'm doing the equivalent of Facebook spinning plates at the moment, so I'm live on my page and also shared in my group, and which is something I haven't tried for a very long time, and I thought I'd give it a go. Morning, Shona. Where are you? Are you on the page or in the group? Because I'm not sure I shared it right on the page, on the group. Before we get started, yes, hi, I'm Cat Crips, and this is the Wednesday Teach. And normally this goes out in the group only, but I thought all you lucky people who have recently signed up to the page are missing out. So I thought I'd show you what you're missing out on. And then you can, if you like, you can come along and join the group where all the magic happens, really. Most of the magic happens there. So let me just have a look. I'm going to share that in here. So join the group and then we will get started. So yes, as I say, in the group, this Wednesday Teach happens every Wednesday, strangely enough, at 8:30 in the morning. And I choose a topic which is either topical, see what I did there, or just a general business interest. And there's a wide range of topics that we do discuss. So this morning, I'm talking about confidence, imposter syndrome, all that kind of stuff. So first of all, if you're watching on replay, so I'm now into the proper flow. All that stuff at the beginning is just the spinning plates bit to get everything going. If you're watching on replay, then welcome to you whenever you may be watching, and hopefully you're enjoying this. And if you would like to pop #replay in the comments, if you have any comments, observations, or questions, then I will get back to you as soon as I can. So welcome to you all now. So I'm just trying to make sure that I'm catching any comments that may be anywhere. Probably failing dismally, but I will do my best to maintain all of that. So imposter syndrome. How many of these strike a chord with you? I'm not good enough. I was just lucky. I was in the right place at the right time. I don't deserve this. Someone's going to find me out, find out I don't really know anything about this. I don't deserve this. I wish I could do that. All of those kind of feelings and thoughts are probably feelings and thoughts that we've all had at some point. And I've had a couple of conversations with people in the last week where they've kind of shared those kind of thoughts. Oh, I can't do a blog. I can't write blogs, or I can't do Facebook Lives, or I can't do that. I can't call myself that. Nobody will believe in me. And the reality is that actually for all of them that I've been speaking to, that's rubbish. It's mince. They are perfectly competent at what they do. They just don't feel confident. Studies have shown that 70% of people, I'll come back to that word people in a second, experience those feelings at least some of the time, at least some point in their career or in their business life. And if that's you, if you've ever experienced, then pop a comment in somewhere, wherever you might be, and see, let me know whether that's ever been you. If you've ever sort of had those feelings of, no, I'm not good enough, I'm not as good as them. I wish I could do that, all those kind of thoughts. The thing is, as I said a minute ago, when I said people, there is genuinely a gender gap in this. And for the purposes of this conversation, we will, on this occasion, just divide that into men and women, not wishing to offend anyone, but it is more prevalent within women. Women are much more likely to have these kind of feelings of not being good enough, not having the confidence, etc., than men. And that is just, I've often asked in LinkedIn posts and things, is there a gender gap? And I've actually gone out and done some reading on it now, and it appears that yes, there is. That men are much more likely just to say, yeah, I can do that. And I think we know that. I think we know that within ourselves, that is actually the case. And when it comes to applying for jobs, women won't apply for a job. They'll look at a job description and they feel they have to have at least a 90% fit with the skills and experience that are being looked for. Whereas men will go in at, anything from 50% up, and some of them probably even less. So it is the case that men are just a little bit more confident in themselves than women are. I'm not going to go into any of the reason for that because we haven't got all day. This Wednesday Teach is a short session. So, but I will just leave that out there for you to think about. So I haven't read the whole book yet. I've just been reading extracts. There's a book called The Secret Thoughts of Successful Women by a woman called Valerie Young. And essentially what we'll bring it down to today is she has a sort of 10-point, I want to call it an action plan, but 10 things you can try in order to rid yourself of this feeling of I'm not good enough, I can't do that, I'm an imposter, all those kind of things. So, but in essence, and I've kind of struggled with this as I've been reading it myself. In essence, her message is you just have to get yourself over it. There is no magic thing. You can't read a book or watch a TED talk or whatever and come out the other end of it suddenly going, that's it, I'm sorted now. It does not work that way. So she's got, as I say, these 10 things, and one of them we'll kind of have a little bit more chat about, which just will start you on the road to feeling more confident. Okay. So number one is admit it, call it out, say it. Yeah, I'm not confident. I'm not confident I can do that. Say it to someone, say it to yourself. Affirm it in your mirror if that's your kind of bag, but actually kind of name it, own it. Just sort of say, right, that's me. That's how I feel. Okay, so if nothing else, this particular short video might help you just to do that. Separate the truth from the fact, from the way you feel. Is it true? Is it actually true? And again, this is about getting your mind around this. Is it actually true that you're not as good as that person? So ask yourself that question and really ask it, not just kind of say, oh, I'm not. Actually look at, what your experience is and what you've done compared to their experience and what they've done. Are you really not as good as them? You probably are, probably better. If if you're in a brand new situation, so I challenged people in the group. Here's one of the reasons why you want to join the group. I challenged people in the group about a month ago to do a 60-second live Facebook video. And all sorts of people tried it that I'd never tried it before. Did they feel confident? No, they didn't. That's perfectly fine. It's absolutely okay to be doing something new and feel, oh, right, okay, this is new, and I have feelings of, feelings of self-doubt. Of course you do. That you wouldn't be normal or natural if you didn't have some feelings of self-doubt. So, that doesn't mean you're not up to it. So those people stepped up and they did it, and congratulations to them all. And most of them, although some of them mildly terrified, came out at the end of it saying, "I'm really glad I did that." And the point of the group is it offers you a safe space to try things out and do things like that. Number 4, and I know a lot of you will have a big difficulty with this, is don't be a perfectionist. It's probably good enough. Do you know what I mean? If you are waiting for that book to be perfect, it probably never ever will be. If you're, writing something, designing something, you will probably never ever leave it alone, because it will always need a tweak. But there will become a point where you have to say to yourself, it's good enough. It's good enough. So don't be a perfectionist. Just get it out there. Think differently. Number 5, think differently about failure. Failure is just another opportunity to learn. So what if you go live the first time and you faff around and, like I do, like I did this morning. Where am I? What am I doing? Where's this? Where's that? How's that working? Do you know what? Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. I don't, I kind of faff around and I get there in the end, and I don't stress about it. I just, it's fine. It doesn't matter if I'm not, the slick person doing everything absolutely right. It just matters that I get the message across, which hopefully I'm doing. So failing, if it doesn't, if you do make a mistake, learn from it and think, oh, I'll do that differently next time. And just think, that's fine, I'll do it. I've done it. It's that 3 things: once to try it, once to, and one to learn, and one to do it properly, that kind of thing. Number 6 in her list was you'll have off days. It's okay to have an off day. You'll have days where it just doesn't go right. And if it's just one day, then get over it. Just think, that's fine. I had a bad day yesterday. That didn't go well. I have an opportunity to do better today. It's a little bit like learning from your failure. But if you just have an off day where, oh, nothing goes right, you can't get anything right, chances are tomorrow's a new day and you can do a bit better. Number 7, this is a good one. Change your language. So, instead of saying, oh, they're going to find out that I can't do this, they know I'm not up to this, say, I'm learning. I don't know all the answers yet, and I'm going to find out. Just change it into that positive steps I'm taking to get better. Try to get rid of that language that is negative and talking yourself down, because the thing about this confidence issue and imposter syndrome is it is all inside you. People looking at you are probably not thinking any of those things whatsoever. So try to change your language. Number 8 is visualize success. What was it going to look like if you do a presentation and it goes really well? Think about what that looks like. If you get to the end of a Facebook Live and you haven't made any mistakes, whatever it is, if you put a blog out there and you get lots of likes, what does that look like? Think of that in the future, that thing in the future that you're aiming to complete, and have those feelings, and definitely bring those feelings to yourself. I play tennis quite badly. And serving is, as ever, always, a challenge. And sometimes you'll just have a run of poor serves. And the thing to do is to stop. I walk in a little circle. I just a little circle, and I come back to the line, and I think about it, and I visualize it going over perfectly next time, and you truly visualize it, and it helps, and it does work. So visualizing what that's going to look like is a classic sportsman's technique. I think next week I'm going to drag out the chimp paradox again, because as I was reading all this stuff, I was thinking about the chimp paradox again, and I think it's time he got an airing again. So think about what it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like. If you're a visualized person, paint the picture in your head. What's it going to look like when you succeed? And that's number 8. Number 9 is reward yourself. Give yourself that pat on the back. Do something even better. If you actually do a great presentation, then take yourself out for a cup of coffee and a piece of cake afterwards. Whatever it is that you want to do, to sort of say, well done you. You did that. So, reward yourself. Give yourself a little bit of a something to sort of say, and in that visualization, see that bit as well. Say, at the end, that's going to happen. And then after that, I'm going to have my cup of coffee and my cake, and everything's going to be lovely. And it just all builds much more confidence inside you. Right, number 10. And if you go and look at Valerie's Facebook page, for example, it's an interesting one because it got challenged quite a lot, but it is the classic fake it till you make it. And essentially, I suppose what I'm saying is, if you do all the other 9, it's all about just saying to yourself, I can do this, I can do this, I will do this, I am doing this. And then ultimately, it works. You find that you can actually do it. And I guess the fake it till you make it thing has quite a lot of negative associations. And she did originally put it in her top 10. She now just hates it herself. Interestingly, I went and there was comments on her page from I have to say, a man saying, well, I don't get it. I don't get it. What is this imposter syndrome? I don't get it. It's just a pile of rubbish. And everybody just piled on and said, yeah, that's the point. The point is you don't get it. But anyway, but yes, fake it till you make it is, in a way, is what the other 9 points kind of add up to. Is do it. Just get out there and do it and try it. If you can try it in a safe space and in a small way, first of all, but write the blog, do the Facebook Live, volunteer to do presentations, whatever it is, and just keep doing it. And with that, things like presentation nerves and to a certain extent going live, there will never be no nerves around it, potentially. And also just sometimes this, the adrenaline's good for you, blah, blah, blah. That's not necessarily true either. But a little bit of something to activate your brain and bring you to that kind of on and ready state is not a bad thing. But yeah, you will find it if you just go out and try it and do it. It will start to help. It will start to help, because when you do it once and there aren't thousands of negative comments and it didn't feel as bad as you thought it was going to do, and it worked, whatever it was, all of those things will just bring you much more confidence. And once it's done, fantastic. Give yourself your piece of cake, your gin and tonic, whatever it might be. So she talks about people who used to, when she did talks, people coming up to her and saying, I want to feel confident. She'd say, have you tried any of these 10 things? No, I just want to feel confident. What's the magic pill? There isn't a magic pill. The secret sauce is just to do it, to start doing it, to gain the confidence. That's it. It's not even a secret. Just start doing it, start trying it, start feeling it, start getting it right, start learning from it. That's essentially it. There are within, probably on this page and probably within the group, there are a plethora. Is a plethora or are a plethora? Anyway, there's a lot of people who specialize in this sort of stuff. So if you have a genuine anxiety problem, if you need much more than I can give you, which is essentially what that is a kick up the bum, right? Okay, it's a little bit of a kick up the bum. If you need a little bit more than that, there are people in the group who can help you, who are true confidence coaches, who will help you with a particular issue. If you need to do presentations and they absolutely fill you with terror, there are people who can help you. So please, they are there. So if you're not in the group, please do come into the group, and there are people there who can help you. So part of the thing in the group is giving you that safe space as well. So tomorrow in the group we will have Feedback Thursday. After the coffee break read. The coffee break read is the kind of the written version of this for those who prefer written medium or who like to recap or whatever. And then you are invited to give your thoughts and feedback on Feedback Thursday, it's called, on what you're thinking, I'm also always up for a challenge. I'm always up for somebody saying that's a pile of rubbish, Kat, because that's how I learn. But if that is something you'd like to participate in and you're not a member of the Business Success Society, then the link is there for you to join. So that's it. That's a Wednesday teach. I'm not 100% sure whether I'm going to go live every week on the page and in the group. It will always be in the group. So if you want to be sure of seeing these every week, then please do join the group. As I say, a whole variety of topics around you and your business to help you find success. So thank you very much for joining me this morning. I hope you've enjoyed it. If this has been your first time seeing a Wednesday teach, then I hope you did enjoy it. Please do give me your feedback. As I say, if you've been watching on replay, then please, put hashtag replay in with a comment and I will get back to you. So I hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful week in business, and I will see you all very, very soon.